huge night for all involved.
Real's clinching 3-0 win against Cadiz at the weekend extended their unbeaten run to 20 games in all competitions, achieved in this super efficient 4-month period. Bayern's defeat against Stuttgart was a 7th in the Bundesliga, but tonight, of course, they can wipe the slate clean in many ways, can't they? If they reach the Champions League final and play against Borussia Dortmund, he will be remembered very, very differently than if they go out tonight.
Oh yeah, this is a huge night for all concerned. Of course you get to a Champions League final, but Bayern have had a poor year. You know, the start of the year losing in the Cup, you know, finishing a wayward second in the Bundesliga. So this is the night for redemption for them and for Thomas Tuchel. Can he leave this club on a high? So we all think he will leave.
Here's Tchouaméni. He's in central midfield tonight along with Kroos and Valverde. Eduardo Camavinga having to make do with a place on the bench when Nacho got the nod alongside Rudiger. And of course Danny Carvajal back in tonight, very experienced on nights like this, and they missed him, I felt, in Munich last week.
So did I. Again, Musiala on to Lucas Vazquez, that was a bit of a mismatch as well. But good to see Carvajal back. Of course, they've got Thibaut Courtois on the bench as well, who had played well at the weekend against Cadiz.
There's De Ligt, who has bad memories of this day exactly 5 years ago when he was in the Ajax team that saw Tottenham come back from nowhere to knock them out. Rodrigo plays the ball in, and that's steered away by Konrad Laimer and out for a throw-in.
So Darren, you can see it without the ball, Bayern Munich fall into almost a 4-4-2 formation, but as soon as they win the ball, the two wide players, Gnabry and Sane, fly up the pitch to create a 4-2-4 formation, very attacking as soon as the transition happens.
Kind of system away from home that worked really well against Arsenal at the Emirates in the quarter-final. There's a lot of speed on the counter-attack. Now Gnabry's back in.
Yeah, they have to be patient. Something, of course, they do to win the ball like this, and then they're off.
Harry Kane couldn't quite find the gap, and that's something else that Toni Kroos does really well. He senses danger, gets in there, and makes interceptions like that.
Yeah, that was Tchouaméni. A bit ponderous on the ball.
Should be having it.
Would have been offside, Leroy Sane anyway, but still, the warning signs are there. Real Madrid did this to Manchester City to a certain extent. Now Bayern are trying to do it to them. What I would say is that the Bayern Munich fans have certainly played their part today. They are exceptional.
Off goes Vinicius Junior, defending done there for Bayern by De Ligt. Now Tchouaméni, Jude Bellingham. Danny Carvajal can slide it right the way through, and how on earth did someone in white not get a finishing touch? Bellingham was in there, so was Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, it was Rodrigo, the first near post. He was the closest.
Over goes Bellingham. Marciniak says get up. No penalty.
No penalty, but clumsy. We'll have a look at it, but don't need to make tackles like that in penalty areas. There we go. Kimmich stepping across. I don't think it is a penalty, but you have to be really careful. Madrid move the ball wide. Danny Carvajal in. You see Rodrigo makes it near post run. Then Bellingham, then Ferland Mendy at the far post, just evades all of them there. Rodrigo was the closest.
That's a brilliant ball, Steve.
Yeah, lovely ball. And this was the break and the Kroos block. Nice bright start.
It feels like the kind of night where the first goal is going to be important, but you wouldn't be surprised if both teams scored tonight, as they did in the first leg in Munich. So much attacking talent on both sides of the ball. Here's the teenager, 19 years of age, Alexander Pavlovic, who's been picked at full international level by Germany. Hasn't won his first cap yet, but a lot of trust has been put in him tonight by Thomas Tuchel in this stadium against this opposition.
It's a nice ball from him as well, wasn't it? Full of confidence.
Played through now towards Gnabry, slides it right the way through, and there's another agonising moment at the other end. This time Harry Kane just not quite able to get there.
But that was a chance that Gnabry probably should have shot, because the ball to Kane wasn't on. But look at this ball from Pavlovic. Ivan Needle stuff back into itself. This was lovely. That's a nothing ball. Kane was never going to get there.
So an early opportunity at both ends here inside the opening 8 minutes inside the Bernabeu in Madrid. 2-2 from the first leg. Real Madrid ahead. Bayern Munich got back to lead 2-1, and then that late penalty bringing parity tonight. Leroy Sané. That's a foul on Mendy.
There's the chance again. I mean, you see, he's just, what, 7 yards out on the tip of the 6-yard box. The ball to Harry Kane was difficult with Rudiger there, so he had to take the shot on.
Gnabry, such an important player, injured his hamstring against Arsenal. He came on for limited minutes in the first leg last week and then played just over an hour at the weekend in the Bundesliga. Fit enough tonight to start on a massive night, the biggest night of the season for Bayern Munich. Just sense one or two nerves out there, can't you?
Yes, I think so. A couple of misplaced passes, understandable on a night like this. Nobody wants to make a mistake, do they? So everybody's a little bit safety first.
There's Eric Dyer, who's had quite a career renaissance in the second half of the season at Bayern Munich. Kimmich just able to keep it in, but Bellingham back there to pick up the pieces for Real Madrid. How surprised are you, Rio, by what you've seen from Eric Dyer since he's gone to Germany?
I think it's a true testament to his character. I think he was ridiculed at times in the Premier League, lost a lot of confidence and has gone and rebuilt himself over in Germany. He's in a semi-final now, playing in the Bernabeu. What a change of fortune for him, and he's been at the centre of that.
There's a man who's seen this kind of night so many times before. Carlo Ancelotti won the 6th league title of his career as a manager at the weekend, and if all goes to plan tonight, he'll reach a 6th Champions League final as a coach. Carvajal looking for Rodrigo Gnabry back there for Bayern.
I think what you would say about Eric Dyer as well, he's not in this team just because of injuries or things like that. Upamecano's on the bench, they spent big money for. Of course, Kim came from a title-winning tie at Napoli for big money. He's on there on merit. Thomas Tuchel is a very good manager who's been in this position before. He knows who to choose, and Eric Dyer's in.
The Spanish press said this morning this is a final to be in a final. Thomas Muller said this is a game of millimetres. Mendy. Vinicius Junior. Free kick.
It's right by Lima. He has to be aggressive with Vinicius Junior.
Lunin back in goal tonight. Courtois played at the weekend, didn't he? He's back on the bench.
Yeah, he made a really important save, actually. Jordan again, good to see him back. He's a wonderful goalkeeper. As much as Lunin's had a good season, Madrid are better with Courtois in. And it'll be a pity, won't it, for Lunin if Madrid do get to the final. Who will be chosen? Who will be chosen at centre defence when Militao gets his fitness levels back?
Courtois, man of the match the last time they won the Champions League in 2022 against Liverpool. He had a wonderful night. Here's a sub this evening. There's Rodrigo's header down. Danny Carvajal tried to play it back to him, but Dyer quickly across to clear for Bayern. Real Madrid have won 7 of the last 8 meetings in Madrid against Bayern, although the last one ended 2-2 when they met here 6 years ago, and here's a chance inside of the post, and Rodrigo, and somehow he's kept it out, Neuer. The inside of the post from Vinicius Junior, and how often has Manuel Neuer saved Bayern Munich down the years?
Yeah, that was incredible. And it would have been funny if it would have went in the back of the net, because the Bayern Munich players